Showing extreme patience right now, then, Ben. 600 trades. You haven't taken one so far, but it worked out, right? I can't the numbers. 50K a day. Are seeing S&P trade 5880s right now, Jack. That was your number. Sticking around here right now. I mean, do we have any numbers coming up in the next 15 so that the markets may be waiting for, or are we in complete?
And a niner, super confidence. Nothing really sort of move the market, but then you got Dallas Fed, you got 6 months, 3 months, bonds, inflation there, coming off here, and
I think it's really important, and you, of course, touched on this, to just completely fact check the sort of central image that people have seen come out of this meeting over the last several days. Trump held up a photo of what he said were dead white farmers from South Africa, and Reuters found, contrary to Trump's claims, no bodies were ever buried along that road. And the white crosses seen there, the crosses didn't represent a specific number of farm murder victims. They were a symbolic tribute to a single murdered couple. Then also the Reuters found the image is from
that's what I've been getting in trouble lately.
yes.
Which is basically
So Maya, do you think they really do believe this, or do you think
I don't think it matters.
right now.
And I think this is more than embarrassment. I think we have to go back to what's the purpose of the product. Certainly, there are white extremists in South Africa who have been using disinformation about white farmer genocide to drive their white supremacist agenda in South Africa. We have white supremacists here in the United States. They have in South Africa is complaint genocide. So why
S&P, NASDAQ trading right at 21,250 here.
So I thought you had to
Manage that one. We got 15 minutes or so into the session. Still being patient, still kind of letting these markets play out a little bit. We did get a pullback in the S&Ps. Marked out that we are delaying the European tariff candle, and the high there was 58.76. Tested into that and bounced there. Is that enough of a pullback, or are you guys looking for a little bit more here?
I'm waiting for consumer confidence at time.
Okay.
At this point, we got 14 minutes until that, and then we'll see. I mean, inside capital, yes, we did test exactly the top of that candle, then came back. So it's a fair place to test, given the closed markets and the tariff situation not changing that much. Are you?
Right. So on the little confluence there, on the 30-minute chart, we have the 200 moving average is kind of right there as well. 58.74 in the S&Ps, and the Nasdaq 21,209. Ben, you got 6 points in the money right now. So Ben, 600 trades. Are you looking for what are price targets on trades like this? Are you looking for 10 to 15 points? How do you manage these? Ben might have froze. He's locked in.
Deep concentration. Locked in. Chart's still
It's
moving.
game time. You ever see that? Ever see that meme when guys play
Dylan
in
down.
his chair? Then that's Ben right now. There you
So,
go.
our rejects open ranks.
Now he's over. All right, Ben. So you got 15 points of the money. I know you said you take a decent amount of trades. It sounds like you're a scalper. How do you manage a trade like this? Do you have profit targets that you're looking for? Do you look for 2-1?
I usually don't have tickets. I usually just trail it up a lot of times. So right now I'm just using this light blue line. Least squares moving average. I kind of use it as it's 15 minutes. I kind of use it as my momentum indicator.
So right now it's telling you momentum is in your favor. You got about 25 points right now, Ben. Trade and putting on a banger to start the day. Yeah, 21,280s currently.
Check. Bet. Go. We'll see. 5 minute here in the Nasdaq. For this market. Piss off the buyers and maybe 130s. Run. Alright, just gotta be patient here.
Holy shit! I got in a short. Hell no! Holy crap! I got in a short. I'm not. I don't want to be in a short. Short. Hell. Oh. I got a short. I'm not. I don't want to be in a short. I don't want to be in a short. Hell no! Oh my god! Huh! I don't want to be in a long either. Jesus. This is pathetic. See, that's why when you train, you got to start in sim and then move to what you call it live. Let's make $50 here. Start in sim and then move to what you call it live. Let's make $50 here. There we go. So those $50 was not supposed to be there. But here's another thing I gotta do. I gotta um, push for trace. Let's get set over here. How I set this up. That's another thing I gotta do. I gotta let's set up the board here. Let's start here. Okay, high columns. Hold on. Manage columns. Oh, crap. Manage journal, ID, sign. What is this sign? Entry, exit, entry, position, exit price, commissions, fees, and direction. Okay, that's how I want it, like that. Sure, three, ta. Okay. Sure. I really wanted this new, but it's okay. Short, I mean, close. Okay, the news is out. That's great. There was something else I wanted to do right now. Oh, right here. I'm gonna text out the levels where I think we're gonna go. Right here. Okay, comment. Okay, so long is 42.486. 486. Um, okay, let's make it green. It's long. Actually, let me do something. Plus long, okay, long. Plus long, okay, long. Okay, that right there. So long, that's the target long. And for sure, we're gonna put it right here. That right there. So long, sure, that's the target long. Minus, that's 41. 41, 41, 107. That's 41, 41, 107 red. Okay, so that's short, that's long. There's nothing going on. I got into a trade last night, and this was from gold. Last night at the open, I did my 15-minute opening range breakout with confirmation, and I wrote it and I wrote it. That's from last night, this screen right here. Did my 15-minute opening range breakout with confirmation, and I wrote it and wrote it. That's from last night, this screen right here. So what are we looking up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 30-minute. That already has 5. How's the 5, 15? The 15, looking good. Okay. rejection. Okay. How does it look down here? We see a trend right here. Okay. Let's mark that. That's the divergence. Oh, what Gemini I put in the wrong place. I don't know why it's this yellow. It's supposed to be a different color. Let's fix the color. Not here. What Gemini I put in the wrong place. We're not with style. This is the money flow index. We're gonna place it green right there. And index rejection. Let's do a line. That's what we're looking at right there. Right there. Looking good. Just drink some water. Excuse me. That's what we're looking at right there. Right there. Looking good. Just drink some water. What happened to this dude? How's everybody doing? I'm a lone ranger here. Nobody knows, but that's not a challenge. Oh, Google pushing up with all the Colombians getting in on Google. That's great. I like it. Thank you, pushing. We should be pushing soon too. Goal 330 neutral. Made good money on gold last night. We're going back to BWAP on the Dow here that we're trading. Very good money on gold last night. I tell you, I was watching Raja Banks. Raja Banks. Oh man, that dude knows his stuff. I was watching a video, like a webinar from way back in the day when he was doing it on dry erase board. He did a that was like I don't know how many years ago. He really spilled the beans there, man. Everything and everything. I loved it. Very informational. One, two. Okay, we forgot the BWAP. Let's remove this all BWAP. Let's remove that. The anchor BWAP to be exact, which is right here. If you like my layout, you want to get my layout, I'll be more than happy to help you with that. Reach out. You could see there is what's my handle there, my or any beginners jumping into the markets. Be more than happy to help you get started. I have not been founded, but I'm on my way there. Okay, I can help you navigate through this waves. Let me see, 1 minute. Oh, nice. Come on. Oh, I like this long. I liking it long. I liking it long. Very good. 15. I like this long. Nice. Very nice. What do we have here? We're waiting. We got 1 more minute. We may go here. We may not. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. You just gotta wait. Possible. Let's look at this. Well, hold on. Patience, patience. Let's read this. 9:30. Let's do the anchor BWAP. Like I said before, I said I was going to put it. I didn't do it. Here we go. We are above the anchor BWAP on the 5 minute. This line right here, this one right here, like pinkish, is my anchor BWAP on the 5 minute. Then we're going to put it here as well. I believe this is 9:15, 9:30 right here. Okay. There we go. Bam. Above, long, below, short. Ha ha ha. So let's do this right here. 15-minute opening range breakout. The sandbox looking good. I told you, longs, longs, long. Okay. Oh, here's the other one. I gotta do my homework, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Valentin, I gotta do my homework. What's my homework? To write down today is Tuesday, 27, 2025. We got here about 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Feel great. Feel great. I'm writing it down. Woo, look at that. Okay, so what I like to write on here? Cues. I like to start with the cues. Gap up, gap up. 518. The other one that I like to look. Oh, XPX. Okay, so let's put the numbers here. 158, 269, 149, 226, 4,543. And I would put a goal. G6 overnight. Overnight. So uh, notes, OBS working normal. Okay, any other ones? Talking to my audience. Okay. And number 3, ads. And we're looking good so far. See, I told you it was a long. I missed it. I missed it. I missed that long, baby. I missed that long. Oh my goodness, buddy. He will come back to me right here. Let's put it right here. Look it. Over the regular BWAP. Interesting. Breaking the 5. Okay, very good. So we're gonna put times not so limit by cell limit by 3. Oof, 93. You stupid. 93. How about, yeah, 93. Like 94 is fine. Wow. What a break. Wow, what a break. See, that's why you got to get here early and do your stuff early. I'm gonna put another order here, number two. See, we get I like that number 11. Let's see. So we got an order out at 11, and we have another order out at 98. Let's see what happens. But um, look, look at, look at this. Believe me, I told you. I said it's a long. Look at that. I drew the line, hung around here, and then he broke. We would have been in the money, in the money. It'll come back. It'll come back. It's just, let me see if I can do something. Remember that number. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, I gotta. Oh no, I'm glad he's not there. I'm glad he's over here. I gotta tell this dude to get with the program. 10:20 to 10:15 candle broke. The name of this too.
Swan Bombshell stunned the world at the face-off, grinning as she poured water on her opponent like it was a joke. She didn't just cross the line, she soaked it. Michaela Lauren wasn't just another pretty face in the boxing world. She was a former world title challenger, powerhouse in the ring with heavy hands, and a mouth that never stayed shut. Michaela had carved out a name for herself as both a skilled fighter and an unapologetic showwoman. For her fight with the champion Cecilia, she turned the stare down into a full-blown circus. She got in Cecilia's face and, out of nowhere, planted a kiss on her lips, turning the face-off into a bizarre and uncomfortable spectacle. But when the bell rang, the mood changed fast. That kiss? It wasn't the romantic gesture Michaela thought it was. It became her downfall before the first round even ended. Cecilia Brayton's wasted no time, unleashing a barrage of fists that turned Michaela's cocky attitude into regret. Michaela tried to fight back, swinging with everything she had, but Cecilia was simply unstoppable. Cool, calculated, and relentless. With every punch, Michaela was slowly broken down, like prey caught in the storm of a champion's fury. And by the end, the canvas told its own story, leaving Michaela to face the consequences of her own arrogance. This blonde bombshell stunned the world at the face-off, grinning as she poured water on her opponent like it was a joke. She didn't just cross the line, she soaked it. Michaela Lauren canvas told its own story, leaving to face the consequences of her own arrogance.
Yeah.
Just crossed the line, she soaked it. Michaela
Yeah. It's terrible. So it pushed over regular BWAP. It pushed over the 8 EMA. I told you about this, the anchor BWAP. You above, I mean, along all the way. Uh, we have long right here, 42,486. That's what we're looking at on this 42,886. That's we are at what? At 200. I'm pushing for like 300 points. 300 points, ladies and gentlemen, for today. Is that nuts or is that nuts? You tell me. for today. You would tell me. Let's see what was going on. We are going to fill this out. My fuel. Let's see what was going on. We are going to fill this out. My fuel. Let's see what was going on.
here for how long now? I've been on YouTube for 8 years. Away from trading. Right now, I could walk away and then come back to this everything that away from. You know what I mean? Like that right there, that is the dream. Right? Even if I say, hey, love this YouTube video.
Hey, 30% Phil. Why will you get in now when everybody else is getting out? I hit a little bit more.
Accounts. So they transferred. They had more money in payouts because they had 7 accounts, and I was only allowed 5 accounts. I get it, you know. I'm not gonna beat on this, but I am. First off, I'm already in third place. By the way, I'm already up. You can see my stats here. My win rate, 60%. My current live account is $1,050,000 in live payouts, and I've been in the account for days. Well, on that chart, got over 46 days. So, hey, you know, haters gotta hate, players gotta win. And you can see here in my balance, this is this is so my balance right now is $9,087. $79. So my total account is now $59,000.
Why will you get in now? Where's the stop? There's no stop. An ad. It's an ad.
You know, we're staying.
We're gonna look for take profit right here. We're gonna let it roll to 4,086. What is 4,086? 4,086. Let's look at the numbers. Right here. 351 with what we got right now with two contracts. Can we do it? Hmm? Two contracts. Huh? Can we do it? Two contracts to make 351. This is it should have been three contracts, but the three is back here, okay? Got 30 to 35 ticks right now. So this is how you could do this. You go here, you see where it says, let me make it bigger. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here, 350. 350. So far, just for now, with two contracts. And the risk, we're going to look. Let's get back to, let's see, the risk is, um, the risk is, It's gonna be right. Oh, 123.
And then I got it back.
123, right about here. Right here. Right here. 54. 54, 54. Where is it? Right here. $54. We're going to risk $54 for now. So look at what took place. Watch this. See? $54. So now it's out in autopilot. Okay? Ooh, what took place there? Okay. So if I would have been paying attention, this would have been the real deal.
Total loss, 193,000.
I didn't know. Got to study. Oh, this is nice right here. Oh, we are too big. Let's get down to 80. Manageable for me. Okay, so let's look. Let's look at what we got here. Orders. 15, 25. Very nice. Any on 100, nothing. Okay. Let's look at the till. Let's look at the till. This is interesting, and this is part of the deal of the deal. Right here. ES long, 59%, positive 58%, and long average 58.99. Short 41%, negative 44%. From 5,900. Wow, these people got it going. Let's look at the ES. What is it right now? 5907. These people are hurting right here. These shorts are hurting. They are in the red. These here are in the green. But remember, we are before 11 o'clock, so all good. Now the NQ is at 21 377 376 and climbing. What is it? 50% long, 50% long, 52% long at 21 354. Wow, they making money. They in the money. These from 354, they are in the red. Huh. They in the red right here. They suffering. And oil, what is it? 29% long from 61, and gold I mean, crude oil is a 60. These people are making money. And right here, no, they, no, I'm sorry. 61.97, they are 61, oh, they lose it, but not by much. They're still fair. And here, short on the oil, wow, from 60.98, about 20, yeah, about 20 cents in the green. That's very good because they pay good. And now the famous gold, long gold, gold. 32.97. They are long from 33. Oh, these people are suffering right here. But remember, gold closes at 111. And then here, short. Gold, right? From 299, and we are, yeah, they making a couple of dollars thus far, but the majority are long. Okay, let's change this to um uh, what else do I have here that I want to share? Right here, ES, change positive, um, 1.6% up, 1.9 up, NQ, NKD, wow, at 38. NKD, that's at $25. 25 buckaroos. 3.75. We'll look at it in a minute, all right? We'll look at this. Gold negative and oil negative. Let's trace. Wow. Interesting. Okay, very good. Let's close this. What else we have here? The trace, my trace. We looked at that before. 24, 450. This is last night. 450, 270. This was a this was my bad because I should have kept going green and I went red, meaning down, down. But look at this, 9, 19, 5, 8, 4. That's how I got to this number. Okay, that's from last night. Okay, very good. Okay, I wanted to show you. Oh, let's see this one. Uh, make this one bigger. NKD. Let's see. NKD. NKD. Nikkei. NKD. Nope. Um, why is this not going there? We're looking at the symbol, but it's not registering here. That's terrible. It doesn't go here because this platform doesn't have a a green dot to link it. So it's a lost case if we do it here. Okay. So, Nvidia earnings tomorrow. What's Nvidia gapped up today? That's going to be interesting for the market tomorrow. Very interesting. Mm, okay, very good. So we're going to uh, let's see. We're going back. Hmm. Um, I, I forgot how we do this. Quick search. That's the one over there. NKD. Oh, tool function. Oh, how do we exit from here? Is it four? Okay, I pressed the right button. I'm happy about that. And now we get back to business. Minus, 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 minus. I wish I would have had three. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish. A lot of a lot of rejection here at the point of control here. Lots of rejection. Why is this not moving? Why do we have rejection? Why do we have rejection? Why do we have rejection? Why? 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 That's what I want to know right now. Hmm? Oh, what is this? Something took place while I changed this because this line, let's see, what are you? What are you? What are you? NKD? I don't need NKD there. Oh my goodness, MKD. Oh, E. Now I'm going to change you. Maybe I can change it. That's an interesting one. I did something I didn't even know I was able to do. Wow. Wow. Remove. What is this? Hey, back to normal. I don't like too much stuff on my charts. I don't like too much stuff on my chart. Oh boy. 351 hours. Trying to get all $700 for this. There we go. All right, one more. Remember, just want to buy. How much money profit should I start trading with an LLC? All right, so I'm going to set the right by this, right? Big 6-9. Sure. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Ask some questions there. KNLB, look at the daily. See the big ass engulfing candle. Waited for a smaller time frame back and continue. Kind of sketchy trade, but it's with the trend, so I don't mind it. Patrick, if you made $3,000 and traded by the first day, you got this rules. How's everyone else doing in the chat, guys? Worry about that. Hey, look at this. We said, I don't know, like thinking about maybe getting long up there, but then I was like, nah. Ain't doing it, Chad. It's like I made the right decision. And that's experience. Not like me not going long up there is not. Can reverse anytime. Nothing is guaranteed. It went up to. You know what? And then I fucked around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then what happened? Like, came back wrong. Scam reverse anytime. That is what that is guaranteed. The last it went up to. So that, like, back in my head, I'm like, hey, unless it's a setup that is fucking good that I have to try. Like, it's the best setup I've ever seen in my entire life. Just don't fuck with it. Stay away from it. Don't fuck with it. It's okay. You don't have to fucking trade every little move. The quicker that you learn that you don't have to trade every single move in the market is you're that much closer to profitability. Like that's the truth. The faster that you learn that you don't have to trade every move in the market is just that you're that much closer to profitability. Just look, take one trade, make $6,000. Now what? Well, this was my setup. This was what I wanted to see happen. This is exactly. Now that we're here at the creates, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have a plan. I don't have like a target. I'm not like, look at the bigger time, man. I'm like, we did exactly what we wanted to see. We got down there to the VWAP, we pushed back, broke out there, 15-minute range, took out that high. And now I don't have a very clear direction where I think it's gonna go next. So what do? Just stay moving. Don't have to continue trading. Remember, $1,000 profit day, that fucking shit adds up. $500 a day, that shit adds up. Right? It adds up. That shit. It literally. I know it sounds crazy, but it does. Make $500 a day for a month. It fucking adds up. You don't need to hit home run trades every single day. The worst thing, when I look back at my trading, when I traded you're fighting the market. 8180 does. A lot of days where you're gonna get chopped up. Muy bien. Fíjate, cuelgo un momentito y te llamo. Like, hey, this right here, make $1,200, one trade, 2 minutes, walk away. Now it's like now I can walk away, I can go enjoy the rest of the day. I can, I'm like mentally I'm a really good place. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. I'm gonna get back on the computer, I'm gonna be patient, I'm gonna wait for my setup, I'm gonna reward myself today because I'm like, hey, what did we do? We followed the plan. We followed exactly what we said we were gonna do. We thought it was a long, we had the VWAP, we had our setup, we took the trade, we locked it in, and then we walked away. Now what happens? I don't care. I have a 401k. A 401k. I have a 401k. So if the market goes up, it goes down, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm always making money one way or another, but I'm trying to
enjoy these. So this is serious shit. Like I said, I have seen everything. Every influencer, every fucking deal, every little scam, every little bullshit, every little
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo está?
you know, because like, oh yeah, go buy Discord. So it's
Bien, gracias.
very Discord. And I've looked at their alerts. I've looked at the trade. It's like this ain't it. You know, it's all there. How can you not love this guy? How can you not love this? You know, how can you not love this guy? So there it is. I'm going to go live every day, trading live here on YouTube, and logged it in. So we're happy with that. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of the day. I suggest that you guys do exactly the same thing, right? Get in, get out, lock down, walk away, make some money, we're going to get rich one day. We're going to be consistent. Do it over and over and over and over and over.
Entonces quedaste cerca de donde vivías
Guess what? It just becomes muscle memory. You know, like it literally becomes muscle memory at that. Where you just like you sit down like a
y estabas. Ah, bueno. Ok, perfecto. Más cerca para mí.
That's all I can say. I'm not here to fucking
Correcto.
I'm here to get the money. I'm here to get my payout. And I'm getting so there it is. Big thank you guys for tuning in. And congratulations to everybody in the chat that made some money today. If you didn't make money today, don't worry. There's tomorrow. There's Thursday. There's Friday. There's more money.
Quemé la última matrícula.
All day. So
Estoy en los últimos días de la matrícula.
See you guys tomorrow morning.
Mañana y me dan como
What's up?
5 días
What we
como si
got?
fuera un alquiler. 5 días de gracia, entonces para resetearla para el lunes. Si es sí, para el lunes comprar otra vez la matrícula, pero lo que yo he hecho es continuar en la plataforma usando la de simulación que ellos ofrecen y ahí haciendo todo lo posible por encontrarle lo dije a la rueda. Y sí, cada vez veo, sí, veo, estoy avanzando, está muy alegre con el resultado. Ah, amén, amén, amén. Así es, así es. Amén, amén. Ah, me gusta esa palabra, esas frases que son alentadoras. Y por otro lado, yo te dije que se fue el inquilino en la presa porque era el sí, no, el primero que llegó fue porque él trabajaba en Jamundí y allá se vino de él hacia nosotros. Ustedes nos pusieron a otros sitios. Aquí, el tiempo allá y trabajo ya en un hospital y me habló allá y me consiguió una entrevista y se fue a la entrevista, dejó todas las cosas aquí y lo metieron en el trabajo y me llamó diciendo, ay, voy a aquí, hay posibilidad que me devuelva el dinero si saco las cosas, porque no llevo ni 15 días y yo dije, pues así. Entonces esperó los 30 días y sacó las cosas de la mamá, la mamá, porque él está enfocado allá en trabajando y de la manera que debe ser. Entonces está esa, sí, 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 la otra sí, la, seguro que sí, seguro que sí. Bueno, ¿y vives en casa o en, ¿cómo se llama eso? Como edificio. Como, ujú, ujú.
President Trump delaying the 50% tariff on the European Union until July 9th. With insight that the president's plan is much more National Economic Council Director Kevin McKesson. Good to have you on, Kevin. As always, the way we intro that, it's like, oh yeah, the 50% tariff on the EU. Today's Tuesday. We didn't even hear about that until the show on Friday. So things move fast. I guess there's
¿Y qué trato es eso?
back in general relativity, but these are moving very quick. Can you tell me what was happening before Friday between the EU and the U.S. that obviously got the president's dander up to just come out on a social post and kind of shock and awe the market. What was happening? How intractable were those negotiations? Yeah, they're kind of intractable. I got involved with those negotiations when I see Secretary Lutnick and James Greer. And I got to say that there's not a lot of movement. There was not a lot of movement coming into the meeting. And as your head of economists, one of the areas that was actually pretty easy to negotiate because the UK had some specific stuff they really cared a lot about, like politics. We had some stuff we really cared a lot about, like they had free. And so the deal was kind of easy to make. You get your thing, we get our thing, and so on. But in Europe, they got all these countries, and each country has a different objective, and they have to aggregate these objectives. And so while we've been not making the progress we wanted to see, we sort of understand that they've got a problem where they can't make up their own minds. And so I think having a little bit of a deep breath as waiting for them to figure out what they want, then that should help the negotiations. But the bottom line is,
Porque donde estabas, como que todo estaba.
fast out of these deals. President Trump wants to put America first. He understands that our trading partners want to put themselves first, and he wants them to be second in our affections and America first. And he's very quickly. And the EU is actually a to crack amongst our allies because of the sort of aggregation of finance. Is it all about tariffs? Is it about non-trade protectionist policies? And I guess if you got how many countries did you say? Could be a little of each from, it sounds like obviously it's not monolithic, and once you figure it out, got it. Well, the non-tariff barrier issue, for example, there are simple things that we've been trying to do and have been succeeding with other countries where we just sort of say, hey, if a country is okay for us to run on our your roads are okay for you to run on your roads, then why don't we acknowledge that your regulations are okay for countries and our regulations are okay for cars? You can acknowledge that, is that we could just move our cars around without lots of costly people. And that's the kind of thing that we're shooting for. And then there's a lot of countries that are like, okay, sure. But then with Europe, it's not quite so easy. So you figured the phone call over the weekend, she just said, "Who are your Jets, Mr. President?" All right, try and come together. No specifics on concessions yet. It's just like, let's put this on pause and see what we can work out. Is that what happened? Well, one of the things I've seen happen too is that the president is forming really strong, tight relationships with the leadership in these trade negotiations, and so I think it was almost like friend to friend. Okay, fine, you want some things that you can have something off. I think it was probably more reasoned than that. It's I trust you. You're a good partner. I'm really enjoying our relationship together. Let's try to fix it. We were already talking about off ramps on Friday. We're after Dan Evans. We're talking about off ramps, and we're trying to figure out an off ramp for Apple. It'd be a $3,000 iPhone. They tried to make everything here 35, 30, 35 for a good one, for not the kind you could probably. That's it. But what's the off signal cutting? What's the supply? What's the supply chain issue? What is Tim Cook supposed to do? The rest. Well, we'll see how it works out. But the bottom line is that what we're trying to do is onshore as much as we can in the U.S. and make it so that the U.S. is not hyping imports from China. And so I think that one of the things we're seeing is that people are moving away than you might expect. If you look at this 1% equipment investment in the first quarter before the tariff season came in, with supply chains moving fast, just about inventory management and AI, I think you're going to be a style of stuff. And that's what we're shooting for. And in the interim, then we'll see how it works out. But they need to move their stuff as much as we can. Make it so that it's from acquisition. That yo estoy, no puedo ver prospect. We can't go where to come to look. We honestly we can't move everything. Tú dirás, pero esto es exactly. Maybe we can start to move things over several years. In the meantime, we can try to assemble more phone in the United States. So you can do it on the phone, assemble in the United States, or potentially what you think the merits of it are, made in the United States, maybe the Texas facility or something else. So I think to plan it's not just right about being able to actually manufacture the phones. If we were to come to you with something like that, do you think that then there would be a reprieve for the next couple of years as they get their order? Because clearly it's almost just from a physical standpoint impossible to move everything overnight. And the damage you can do to the economy overnight is obviously tremendous. But yeah, it's just possible. But one of the things we're seeing, I was joking with a person who does operating in the U.S. It was a few weeks ago, and one of the things that happened that's what I was as well is that CEOs lined up in my office. I'm kind of like the person in an airplane just gets lost over the head by everybody says, "Oh, like we're never going to be able to do anything if we have this tariff. It's going to be a disaster if we have this tariff." And then my friend, who's a moderator, said actually they come in and they tell me the opposite because they don't want the bonds to be downgraded. And so the point is that everybody is trying to make it seem like we have the tiny little tariff on them right now to try to maintain that tariffs. And so in the end, we'll see what happens. We'll see what the end game is. We don't know how that's Apple. And in the end, if you think that Apple has a tax increase that's got like a set number of iPhones that it produces and still sells them no matter what, then Apple won't worry about its tariff dollars.
entender todo lo que hagan después de cierto monto puedo retirar. Te digo, mañana se me vence, entonces voy a esperar, miro el calendario para aprovechar lo máximo posible de días.
Well, in the end, that's going to be up to the president, but we've seen that 10 is a
Por
place that
ejemplo,
a lot of people
ya
have
estamos
been
hoy
pushed to.
a
And I would
martes,
guess that if they come in with good enough offers, then they'll
mañana
stay
se me
there.
vence el miércoles.
But if they come in with retaliation
Entonces,
and they don't open their
espero
markets
para
to US goods, then
matricularme,
it'll go the other
por
way. The
ejemplo,
bottom
el
line, though, is
lunes
that
que
it's
es
astonishing
2,
how little foreign
el
emergency
lunes que
benefits
es
US
2 para
goods.
aprovechar
And they're opening
para
up these
no
deals like you've been
pagar
doing. And
por
so what's going to
el
happen is that
sábado
if
que
you
no hay
make
nada.
something in the US if you're a farmer in the U.S., then your markets are opening in ways that they've never been before. And so I think that as you're thinking about the economic impact,
y alargar más y en
elasticity,
ese mes
supply,
hacer
and so on.
todo
But
lo
we
que
also
uno
need to
puede
think about what
hacer
happens
a
if all of a
largo
sudden
plazo. Y en ese
US
mes
to be sold all around the
resulta
world
que
at great
también hay
American prices,
otro,
great for American ag.
hay un
We hear
movimiento
anecdotally about
y
India, and with that, there's been some excitement
que
on stops and starts
ya
on how
abrieron
close we were.
desde,
You know
ya
anything?
van en el mes
I've heard that they've offered to cut
del
the
tercer
tariff gap by
o
or
curso,
something, and they've
hicieron
reached
un
some pretty
curso
high levels.
de
What's going on
elegir
between us
500
and India?
estudiantes.
Is that close? I
En
won't
la
talk about
primera
specific
tanda
countries, but I had a
solo
meeting
tenías
with
que
the
aplicar.
folks I
Y
had
yo
media
apliqué
gas a while
y me
ago,
llamaron,
and
pero yo no entendí muy bien
they were about progress. They knew this was
el
expected. So
proceso.
yeah,
Yo
I
creo
would say that
que
it's one of those
para
assumptions
entrar ahí tenía que pagar
on the
$250.
list that we, and then I don't know. So you can't
Y
talk
resulta de
individually
que no,
about
que
it, but
era,
right. Because the president's finalized it, that's why.
era
And
gratuito.
so you can see it also.
Entonces,
That's
lo
July
que
9th.
tenía
That's July 9th deadline
entonces,
too. Is there
ya
for India?
eso fue como
Yeah.
un nuevo
So I just 27 countries
lanzaron
in the
para ver
EU,
cómo
full,
la compañía, a ver cómo
India,
les iba.
nine.
Entonces le fue
You're not
bien
going
de
to
los
sleep. No one's going
primeros
to.
500
Isn't it too much
estudiantes
to
y
hold
luego
for, or will there be
la
other
segunda
delays? We'll see
tanda
how
cómo
the
lo
markets
hacen
react when
y
we kind of have a respite. I
ya
know that's
la
not
siguiente
how you're
mes
interested in,
ya es
but
en unas formas
it
cada
makes for
todos los días
some nervous traders like on Friday,
y
and here we are whipsawing back
no
today.
las llené, pero
Is this going to continue? President Trump
ah,
wants the best for America, the
seleccionadas.
best for our trading
Ahora,
partners.
en
And
esta
I'm sure
tercera
that if you're
tanda
80% of the way to the deal and you've got an agreement in
van a
principle,
seleccionar las
then the lawyers
personas
might have to work for money. So in the
terminar
end,
el
what you want
formato.
to do is see the progress.
Es como una lotería.
Like
Y entonces,
once you got that
espero
progress,
que
then I'm
no
sure
salga
things are
ahora
going to stop
en
and go
cuando
smart.
empieza.
But they might decide
Nombra, hacen el sorteo en
the
junio. ¿Qué día de junio?
the
No lo sé.
underlying economy is a
Pero
surprise to
haciéndolo
you.
en junio ya
It
vendió antes
seems
al
to
final
shrug
del mes
off an
porque
awful lot of things. Or
me,
as you put your
me ayuda a tener
economist hat on again, is it coming? Is there some
dos
weakness in the labor
matrículas,
market coming? And we just heard Ray Walker also talk about credit card
dos
debt.
matrículas
Consumers
gratuitas
are
por mes
a little
por
bit
3 meses.
but we haven't seen anything really
Entonces me
reflected
daría
in
tres meses para
Right, well, the hard numbers have
no
been very strong. It's like
pero sí
improvement
acudir
year and month to year.
la enseñanza,
Job
porque
numbers.
te
You've
dan
got inflation heading
paquete
down
de
towards the target, and this is before the tax
ah,
cuts coming.
claro,
I think that one of the things we talked about taking the uncertainties off the
y
table
mentoría
because
con
economic
un
advisors
profesor
is
privado y
estimated
te
that
da una matrícula
that it would have been the biggest tax hike in American history. And that big tax hike comes on top of the competition. Usually it's about 4%. And so if you look at the CEO's own estimate, the average value that reduces revenue by about one and a half
esa
percent JP, like
etapa,
one and a half. So it's a 6% decline in revenue.
entonces
That's maybe about $300
no
billion
tienes que pagar
decline in revenue just this year with a recession.
para
But
entrar a
it
los
can happen.
niveles
These markets like no
para
Democrat because
desde
the
acá
House
un
passed
millón
it.
de
The Democratic
dólares.
partners were worried. They're going to pass the bill, and now it looks like I think the markets are starting to
Entonces, ahí
marketplace
voy,
that in.
en
The
eso,
Senate's making a great deal of progress. The gap between the Senate and the House is enormous.
en
And
eso
then once
estoy.
that big bill was passed, then I think we're off the race. If I have a vacation plan between July 4th and July 9th, I mean, you got a few things lots happening that week. Yeah. Well, I did get a good night's sleep this week, but actually, no, we don't. Well, you got the July
Créeme
9th,
que
July 4th beautiful bill
estoy
from July 4th. Things don't happen in July.
muy
You don't know if I plan a vacation following.
The following, yeah, well, nothing.
entusiasmado de
There'll be a recess
la
though.
violencia
The recess matters,
que
and okay, keep it at that.
para el
And
futuro,
sometimes
para eso,
same thing.
para porque
Right, Athens,
igual
thanks.
como
See you guys.
lo que tú haces se presentan
A deal between U.S. Steel and Japan's Nippon Steel on
materias o
Friday spoke reports of a long weekend. Now, a proposal
trabajos
It's an
y tú sabes
investment and
cómo,
it's a
cómo
partial
aplicar
ownership.
esto
Let it be
y
controlled
cómo,
by the USA.
cómo resolverlos.
Okay,
Entonces,
joining us
eso
right
es
now
lo
is
que yo
Republican Senator Dave McCormick of
trabajo día a
Pennsylvania,
día
who's an advocate for trying to get this deal done. It's great to see you this morning, Senator.
por
Help us understand what this partnership, as the president described it, means and this idea that it'll be owned by the USA. Hey, good morning. How are you? Yeah, I'm excited. I had the chance with several colleagues to talk to President Trump on Thursday, and I made that announcement on Friday. I think this is a great opportunity for the United States, but also Pennsylvania in particular. So the structure of the deal is the U.S. has agreed to invest $15 billion into new investment into U.S. steel, and that's going to be 2.8 out of Silicon Valley, right outside of Pittsburgh. Culture, it's as CEO to the U.S. majority board, and then there'll be a vote on share, which will essentially require the U.S. government approval of the number of board members, and that'll allow the United States to ensure production will run cut and things like that, and also allow the investment to come from the Mont. In the case of Pennsylvania, this saves about 10,000 jobs, 4,000 steel workers in the surrounding jobs. But beyond that, it adds another 10,000 jobs in the building trades to put a new arc furnace that's part of the plan. So this is being extremely well received in Pennsylvania. The workers, the steel workers there are wildly excited about it. I think it's going to be a great thing for my state. Senator, in terms of structure, before we continue, I believe the publishing head of this structure transaction on the company foreign suit behind the US. Should we think it's that way? What it sounds like the golden share is that sounds like you still have control. Sounds like that looks like it might not be a minority shareholders. Well, I mean, first of all, stepping back, foreign direct investment is a huge asset for our economy. In Pennsylvania alone, we have $20 billion in foreign direct investment and 330,000 jobs that results in that. So, I think it's a really great by United Arab Emirates and Saudi encouraging foreign direct investment. That's great for our economy. And in this particular case, it's such a sensitive industry. The Philippine steel industry is so important, and we really, due to horrible and lots of bad policy, we've lost a lot of our capability domestically. So this structure allows us heavy investment to get the next generation technology we get, which is a world leader. It also protects our U.S. national security. I don't think this is a model for every transaction, but it could be a model for transactions that really affect our national security, but where it's going to be great for our economic growth. And I think this is great for our national security, great for our economic security, and frankly, for me, it's great for the working families in Pennsylvania who really, President Trump made a bunch of promises, and then so did I. These are the same guys that came to the rallies in Latrobe and Pittsburgh, and I think they're pretty excited about what this means for their future. Senator, no question. This sounds like a pretty great deal for America. It sounds like a great deal for the workers there, the investment coming in. If I know exactly what you mean, and it sounds like they're investing $14+ billion, they don't really have any say as to what happens with the numbers. Well, they have the pledge of the members of the board, and this will be a part of their overall corporate structure. But I think the benefit of this deal is there's just a ton of alignment. They wanted an opportunity to get access to the U.S. market. This allowed them to do so and get the economic benefit of that, but with and also the investment for the United States. But it also allowed them to benefit from the policies President Trump put in place with the steel economy. So I think that they I think they saw it as a great strategic move for them and one that's great for the United States. It's one of those win-win situations, I think, for both sides. Senator, I think the one question it does raise, though, is when American companies go seeking investment in other countries, react to this kind of changing environment when it comes to big economic declarations from the White House?
Well, we had the big Fed Listens event last week at the Chicago Fed. A whole bunch of folks from the district came in to talk about the economy. And the two common themes were number one, they hate inflation. And number two, they want some consistency. The CEO of a construction company said to them, we're now in a put your pencils down moment where they just have to wait if every week or every month or every day there's going to be a new major announcement. They just can't take action until some of those things are resolved. So it's not surprising that it's the environment that we have been in, but it does just heighten the amount of, it's more than uncertainty, it's the non-consistency that for bigger decisions, the businesses are saying that they need to have some idea that it's going to be a constant that they can count on making the investment.
The uncertainty is one thing. What about what we discussed, for example, a 50% tariff on imports from the European Union? Is that a big enough thing to be a macro factor to affect policy?
That sounds like it would be to go to 10% was going to be the highest tariff rate that we had on the world in 90 years. 50% is now, at the Fed Listens event, and when I'm out in the district, the Chicago district, Midwest, export and import trade tariff exposed district of all, including 4 of the top 7 highest exposure states. And as you look tariff rates that are that high, that would be really scary for the supply chain. There was at this event an expression that maybe this is just a stepping stone, and that on the back end of this thing we can get some new deals, we can open up some new markets. Maybe this won't happen. Uh, if every few weeks we're going to get newer and larger tariffs, and then there was a lot of anxiety that it's going to disrupt the supply chain and kind of take us back to an environment of rising costs like the ones we experienced in 21, 22, or even with the supply disruptions of 2020.
So, not to be too reductive about it, Austin, but what does it mean for policy for you when it comes to, am I willing to cut? Am I willing to hike? Do I need to stay the same? How do you put all of this into the hopper and come up with essentially what is a binary decision?
If they did sort of two parts. In the short run, we gotta just wait for the dust to come out of the air. Throw a lot of dust in the air. Everything's always on the table, but I feel like the bar for me is a little higher for action in any direction while we're waiting to get some clarity. And then in the longer run, if they're putting in place tariffs that have a stagflationary impact, which is to say they slow down output by raising the cost of production, while also raising prices, then that's the central bank situation. That is stagflationary where both sides of the legal mandate get worse at the same time. So I think we'll have to see how big the impacts on prices are. I know people hate inflation, and they've expressed that many times. So put your pencil down moment, the latest put your pencil down moment, I would think that the pencil might have already been down from what has happened since April 2nd, whenever it was. My question was, I don't know whether we front and center from what you would have expected at that point. And I'm wondering if you think that's an interesting observation. It kind of goes to we've said on this program before. Remember, imported goods are 11% of GDP in the United States. So there is a sense in which if we don't go to Ohio, if it doesn't jump, if it's 11% lane, it could be like 2018 where we had tariffs. They impacted the directly affected industries, but they didn't have a big macro. It's what it is. It's still coming for this cause. And where is it? Is it still coming? Are we vulnerable to more shocks it's gonna keep, the economy just keep on going. I hope it just keeps on going and that we come back in a few months and say it was only stayed in its 11% lane. It didn't have that big of an impact. The only fear here, I shouldn't say the only fear. A fear here is the data come out with a lag. The price data come out with a one lag. The GDP data come out with a 1 quarter lag. And so something may have already happened, and it's like watching the last night's game on replay the next day. If you already know the outcome, you're not feeling that great about it as it's going along. So if we get multiple months like the last where inflation is not accelerating, then I would definitely feel a little better.
Hey, Austin, all of this news happening this morning, so we completely changed the focus of what we would have been asking you about. Yields are down slightly this morning, but those higher yields that we've been watching all week, I just wonder how big of a concern that is for you, how big of a concern it is for the business leaders that you talk to along these lines. If rates are going higher, regardless of what the Fed decides to do or not do, what you think about losing control of the long end of the curve, and what you think about what that means for the economy.
Yeah, each of those is critically important. The market determines the long rate conditions, as you say. Fed, we're saying Fed funds rate, we're looking at the short end. The long end are the conditions in the economy, and those can be causes or those can be symptoms. To the extent that the conditions are getting tighter on the long end, that does affect investment decisions, consumer durable purchases pretty directly. So I would think, want to factor that in is it going to be slowed down? At the same time, if we're going to get a big fiscal stimulus that's pushing back the other way in the short run, we have to weigh off considerations like that too.
I may also going to start off about what news I was going to ask you because I was going to ask you about the fiscal side. What is your take though? And I think this is a couple dimensions here. First is you just responded to just the fiscal impulse, the stimulus that might be coming. The other though looks to be a financial stability question about the ability of the U.S. to finance this. How do you approach both of those questions?
Yeah, look, it's important. I mean, to be an important member of the Fed, you're from the fiscal policy business, so I'm not expressing Congress, the president, the Fed, whatever tax policies, spending policies, fiscal that they want. The job is to look at anything that high prices are important. That's our. I do think that there's so far been a bit overblown in the discussion of whether the market accepts. These are historically pretty normal rates. You would think that if there was truly a crisis of confidence in the U.S. as fiscal that the rates would be well higher than where they are now. The fact that they're one view that they're going. We've seen a lot of movement both up and down over the last year and a half. So I don't think we should overreact to that. Fiscal influx does it mean for GDP growth? It's going to be determined by how big is it, what's going to be in the bill. And so I'm looking for political occasions even. And so I don't know exactly what it was. We can follow up on that. So yeah, so question going to be you give the same answer for like 6 months now. You had was it the right answer? It probably was the right answer. Well, you yeah, track. Is that there were 2 months that were put together by the committee, that the average of the committee, the median of the committee, when it comes to rate cuts this year. Do you stand on that? How does all this going to be talked about? Changing policy, changing tariffs, the uncertainty of whether or not the tariffs are showing up in the data. Where does all that put you on an outlook for rates? Yeah, I don't like mildly tying our hands at the next meeting, much less over 6, 8, 10 meetings from now. That said, as we went into April 2nd, I believe that we're at pretty stable full employment, that inflation was on path back to 2%. And in those, I thought that over the next 12 to 18 months, rates would come down for a fair amount. Let's call it the top one was saying rates was a fair bit below where rates are. Right. So now it's 10 to 16 months, but I still feel like if we can clear the dust out of there, you're needing. The economy still has that strength that it had going into April 2nd. And if Joe's scenario played out, that it wasn't, that the tariffs and the uncertainty were not a threat to increase inflation, still we can get back to that environment, and in 16 months from now, rates could be a fair bit below where they are today.
I'm glad you modified that, officer. They're going to have to modify it for you if you didn't go from 12 to 18.
No, you're talking about sort of political climate, not the game. We have to, this is a political question, but it's directly to what we do and who you are, which is the Supreme Court. Yesterday, you will, fire administration, any administration, that's really important. That is saying that board members would have a greater perception against the president, members of agency leaders, which is probably agencies. Was your reaction? Was there any conversation? Probably had nothing to say. And we to this lawsuit. And still, they are unanimous, still close among the economists that because independent, central being independent, critically important. Just being gratified that they look like the Supreme Court acknowledged. Different question though. If in fact, Jake out will be replaced, that's just for next year. Seeing that will change the way you view your power. We don't know. If you look through the list of Fed chairs, it's a pretty distinguished list. Say if they pick somebody who pieces, it would change the way when we do business that much, but just speculation.
I'm going to say again, just finally, I mean, it's a hard job you have. I'm not sure.
Never leave to shoot five or I don't know. Can go. No, right in the example, she big penny. And you're not gonna have the penny. But even more so, well, good for you. In terms of you can say the carelessness, since you'll never get the 3%. I feel with my cognitive background. If you can't make a bet on what peaceful policy, and I'm not allowed to take free gifts, but you still always go in your heart, you still hope that you no longer pushing those global wacky. I mean, you're a cheap bag. Yards watch the first one he takes. Wow, that's from that's right. That's right. I thought that was that good. You've been really good for the future. For you, good. Is that a compliment? Even if it wasn't, I think you got earlier than that.
Thank you very much, Steve. You very much. We truly appreciate it.
Our headline, Justin, of the morning Treasury Secretary Scott. Let's end. Great to have you here. Good to do. So, I think in general, people call this public going with it came from decades of what we've seen as far as our global trade policy. We're as a leader of the free market world, we have always been eschewing these tariffs, etc. I think. Can you just make the case that when we come out on the other side of this, we're going to say, wow, it was really, really worth it. I think you started to do that yesterday. You started to talk about it. Okay. Can you fill in some of the blanks on how you see this playing?
Joe, and I don't think change. It's just a much needed course adjustment. And when we go and look at what's happening, the new paper out called the China shift. It talks about what's post 2004, but some of the communities recovered, but the workers never recovered. And it was much more devastating than when it's went. And what we're trying to do is make free trade fair trade. Because the trade systems have become incredibly imbalanced. You see it with the gigantic trade deficits that we run, you see it with the big surpluses that other countries accumulate. So we're going through looking at tariff, currency manipulation, the subsidy, and in the EU, some of these gigantic funds that they're putting on our companies just as they see big pollution. And we're going to push back on those. And at the end of the day, President Trump's tariff is and we're sitting and we're going to put this in a telling this thing between April 7th. Where are they going to get about who's good actors, who's bad actors, to what degree the various and so either they can stop all the market manipulation and things like that that they've done for American companies. And if they do that, if we don't know or the challenge system fair.
A couple of things. I think you made a point that unlike the turning of too much bad currency, which might be an underlying cause of inflation, the tariffs don't cause long-term inflation. They could cause some price increases, but not long-term. But then at the same time, you said that, and it's Americans they necessarily just want everything to be really cheap. They want workers to be able to and the prosperity here doesn't mean being able to buy cheap goods. It means being able to live the American dream, having a job, and having a future, etc. So we're going to have higher input costs forever.
Higher input costs forever. No, it's the tariffs are one-time price adjustment, and everything else the administration's doing. We're not getting much credit. As of yesterday, energy prices were down 15%. Crude was down 15% since inauguration day. 10-year rates are down, mortgages are down, the spreads between the 10-year rate and mortgages have come in. So we saw housing, the with some mortgage applications last week. I think if we can keep on that trajectory, and Joe, the American dream was to be able to buy a house. We can't import houses.
This could all be a reflection of the economy slowing down. As an investor, we used to spend their day investing in all this stuff. Do you look at the 10-year? Do you look at all of the signs you just talked about, WTI and everything else, and say that is the work of the government, and you've got confidence in what's happening to the economy, or that's actually a concern about what's going to happen to the economy?
Well, I think it's both, because we could have the worst of it. Because look, and I'm not new to this. When I was on your show last time, I've been saying it for 6 or 9 months. I believe that the administration, and to Joe's question, that working to is the Biden administration created this bad equilibrium where 10% people in this room, most of the people watching this show, top 10% of Americans are 40 or 50% of consumption. That is an unstable equilibrium. The bottom 50% of Americans have gotten killed. We are trying to address that. We're trying to get rates down. And could we be seeing that this economy starting to sure. And look, there's going to be a natural adjustment as we move away from public spending to private spending.
the market and the economy have just become flooded. We become addicted to this government spending, and there's going to be a detox period. It's going to be a detox.
Yeah, I think that temporary pain that you've acknowledged, that the president has acknowledged, I think the question becomes, is temporary pain the new transitory inflation? How do we know that we get to the other side of this and how long it could actually go?
Well, it's unjustified. We'll see whether it's pain. What we are trying to do, we talked about it at the Economic Club in New York yesterday. We're trying to transition from public to private. I talked about we're going to have safe and sound regulation to get our banking system going again. So the banks should be generating loans to private companies. Employment should be from private companies, not from government. And I'm confident if we have the right policies, it'll be a very smooth transition.
Let me ask you this. I listened to a whole bunch of CEOs last week, and they were talking about investing in the United States. Question about bringing in the country here. What does it do? You said a very interesting one was behavioral science question, which is how long does it either come to be in place, or people have to believe that they're there, being permanent, whatever, before companies decide, okay, actually we are going to invest, knowing or thinking that maybe they're actually going to come off later. What do you think of them?
Well, look, I think that most CEOs and have tariff is the word of the moment, but I actually think what is going to determine the corporate behavior is going to be, do we have good tax policy? Can we make the cuts in job act? Are we creating energy security so that they have the access to cheap energy? Are we going to deregulate, which is another big story of what happened the past 4 years?
The rationale for Jeff said it's jumped around. And I can give you a cover to see that. Sentinel is why we're doing this, I guess, currently with Mexico, and Canada, and there's
and China. But they supply the precursor ingredients for all.
Reciprocal trades even have some of the skeptics kind of go, that makes some sense. Want to bring in domestic manufacturing, obviously, with what you talked about. Trade deficits, do you view those as empirically bad? I know the president always points to that, but we do consume, and we're always going to consume more in the rest of the world. And if you do indeed want a strong dollar, it seems like it's something you're going to have to live with. A couple of other ones, punishing bad behavior, security concerns with China. That's a whole slew of reasons to put on tariffs. And it just, at this point, I guess critics would say it looks a little haphazard. They go on, they come off. We talked to Mexico and Canada. Okay, we talked to the automakers. They don't want us to do it, so we're not going to do it. It just seems like it's being levied and it's somewhat. Is that not fair?
Of course, it's not their joke, but that's what you want. So, it's an organic process, but if we were to look back to a similar process over, well, President Trump talked about it in his first administration. He talked about it in the campaign trail. He's talked about it since November. Is the need for Europeans to fund their own defense. And you just had a very long conversation with the Pascasman, and all of a sudden, well, this week, after 25 years of big conversation with Pascasman.
Oh, no, it's not the right Adam. Oh, we can do this. No, that's what I mean. Do that. Well, I just wrote myself on the 90% discount code during the whole stream. See. If they do banners, I've got to switch them over for when. It's just me on board.
Baiting it, no, President Trump,
Way better.
just a pretty nice breakout, guys. Okay, guys, so this is my long-term report. That's the biggest website. Would it not have been a bad one to take in the top of futures or whatever, any funded account? That was actually a really nice long setup. So if it was from down here, I maybe would have taken it in a funded account. So let's wait and see if we get another trade. Guys, and this was the original trade this was the trade that blew the account, guys. And I oversized, so I never got to see my stop loss. Otherwise, this trade was a big winner. So that would have really helped me dig that account out. Stay lucky. Peace out. RIP. So can we keep watching for the setup? Looking really nice.
over, but I thought we could demonstrate by the campaign. First, I talked about it since as the need for Europeans to fund their own defense. And you just had a very long conversation with Pasco's movie. And all of a sudden, voila, this week, this week, after 25 years of baiting and cajoling, President Trump achieved what 5 other presidents couldn't achieve. The Europeans are going to up defense spending. The German debt break is coming. That was not a linear process. That was not always an attraction. You have to pay they say they are going to make their fair
I think makes sense in terms of the art of the deal. I could see it
Making $250,
I could also see it not lasting
that doesn't go
months or even years.
Then-
I could see the one. I mean, what I don't think it does seem to be a lot of making it disruptive to the stock market. It can be disruptive to the bond market.
That is coming from number two on the big board, and number two on the big board today, number five, and then where number seven. Maybe I can go back in a little bit more different segment. Anything you got before we close out fast markets?
Right, I'm very low. I appreciate Lisa's strategy to hold it for the day. You got a great lesson, and awesome trade. What's the next one?
But I
And it's nice to meet you, Jay. This is the first we've been all together. You're doing a great job.
All right, so we are going to go into a break. We have coming up with the morning recap. Recap the trades that we took this morning to give us an insight on what is to come after your feed your family. I saw a tweet said more than 50%.
85%
bots. So if you are a bot, remember the bot launch hit the like button as well. So go into
9 competitors off the price
Tops at TV.
amount of business. How here to see your mom. Lovely wife, my son, and they have the original red one sheet, Mr. B. Here it is. What the piece looks like, and then of course the name of the gold be like it's getting red. The logo orange pepper is so hot pepper is hot.
There we go. There we go. There we go. What you think? What you think? We're going to that number. Where's my number? Where's my number? Where's my number? Four, 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 486. 486. Where is 486? Right there. Wow. That's 375 just with one contract if we get here. 484. Where is 484? Let's look. Ooh, right here. Right here. Right here. Dude, let's do this. What else we got to do? Oh, we there. Look it. Um wow. That's one dividend. I believe we will come right here. How's that? Would you come here? But it needs to go down and then go up. So that's why most people take their profit. I think let me see if I get let me see because quite honestly it's only one contract, and if we can get 350 before it comes down, what number is here? This one, 103, 103, 132. I was wrong. 132. So if we get this right here, I'm out. But we started with what? Uh, we did about three trays. I'm very happy about that. We did about three trays. Oh wow! This thing wants to. Let me see the candles. Let's recognize the return. What's the return? This might be the return right here. 340. Come on, if you can get here, I'll be very happy. Let's look at something. What was the exit? Oh man, right here. Another push. How long we got 9 minutes to push somewhere in here. Come on, don't go back. 89 will put us in 700. Push in the bush.
for risk, but the market did get us short here. Five micro gold, 32.9360. That was 70 market very range bound today. Open range right here, right in the middle of the range. Set the opening range low. We set the opening range high. Trade the low. Low.
Hey, where you going?
What's the market trade outside of
Don't go down there.
tendency in there is range activity. Well, range trade improvement. Range remains the high of the session. High of the session, 61.40 is the high of the balance.
I'm not liking this. I'm gonna see if we can get here.
Downside.
Watching the price action. 315, B16. It's 11 o'clock. Oh, let me see if I can do this with Alt X. Start, no, Alt X. Alt X.
Sure. Swing high right here.
Alt X. Alt X.
You'll see it push to the downside.
Maybe it's not working.
Initial balance was established at
Did
that
it work?
point,
No.
and we put the stop just above that swing high. We ended up getting taken out on it. Had we never changed?
Come on, come on. Get the 40s, get the 40s. I'm excited. I'm excited.
But yes.
Should we let it run? What do you guys think? Should we let it run? Should we let it run? And just go with this right here. With this one. With right here at what is that? Two 213. What is 213? We just get 40 bucks. We get 40 or we go for the Costco. The Costco. What? I personally, I'd rather close. I'd rather do it like that. Just close it, close it, close it. I feel better. Much better.
Once. It does so. Not be. She's just fantastic trade. The market is even better. Higher, much better for the market.
Come on, push, push.
When from the 16th of May, checked it below, and accepted below. Now we're back to it. To accept above it, or we want to reject. Just the question. You look at the NASDAQ below. Yeah, and the trade. Going back, really, fantastic traders. These are traders that are really on high, big board. Well, traders, these folks, just fantastic. They were very engaged. Everybody was very engaged. In the NASDAQ and the S&Ps as well. That was the first one that jumped in here. The 3-minute chart here. We got on to NASDAQ 46 NASDAQ. How it goes for 8 points. Okay, good. Nice trade. And it wants 368. We got the low one and the high. Just like that sort of small scratch. And something for the end of today. Well, if you were listening, he's a very active trader. Just was taking his time here today. Not a bad thing. Go to this area, three longs, one, a couple boxes for a scratch. I was really out of that level, and the biggest was 77. Yeah, 31, 77 and a quarter. He had one. Basically, three times right in that area. There's some small losses, but managed to get that trade one last time long, 369. All the way up here is 390. Three has swing trades down about $1,700 before that trade. Made it all back plus $200. And here we go. So let's take another look at these names. And I gave both of us outcome in this trade in the chat. Pleasure, Lisa, pleasure having that on. Good to be here with everybody. So yeah, trade with TopstepX, Jack. Oma. Up here. TopstepX. Great to be back with everybody again. Had a nice weekend, had a good fun, had a nice reactions to loved ones, and remember to thank them. Sacrifice them so that we can do the freedoms that we all have. Yeah, so stick around. He's got more than one thing to Jack. Try this to up next. Trade with us. Next is once you pass the account, like so fast. So the first thing you do right now is so if you just pay $16, I don't want to start using like once you get checked out, you can put in so you can make this phone call with like there's 18 dimensions this can he make it? He's handling it. Well, the term can be any. These candles right here. Watch, I'm gonna put it right here. This is what the tick chart. The 500 tick. 500 tick. You see this? Volume has diminished. 500 tick. I want to close it. Quite honestly, this can get me to 6 right here. Can you retest this area again? Let's see. 1 or come on, come on, come on. It's all on the come on, come on. 85. Let's see if we get that one. Come on, come on. Oh, you didn't. Okay. Oh, no, you didn't. Look at this. Look at this. It just dropped. Just in the nick of time. It just dropped in the nick of time. It dropped. We are short by 40 cents to the number 7. This is support right here. The 8 is not going to go. It's going to drive this channel. Oh, unbelievable.
Low. How low can we go? That's the tick. The tick that's here is here. Okay. So now we go back to regular. That's the tick. The tick that's here is here. Okay. So now we go back to regular. Oh, no. You just came back up? You bad boy.